Okay. I think everything's ready. Sorry about being late. It took me a second to type out the poll. More than a few seconds, actually. Anyway, so that is there. And it is Friday. Hooray! Hopefully we can end the work week, quote unquote, work week in a good fashion, and hopefully we're starting off the weekend if you're already at that point in a good spot, good energy, good efforts, all that kind of good stuff. Andy says can't wait to dawdle. Excellent, good. Miss Hunter, hello, welcome. You're going to be reading. Excellent. What are you reading? If you don't mind sharing, let us know. You've been procrastinating all day, so it's good to have these friends. Excellent. And Stacy is here and says, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hello. Monique says, hey, y'all. Hello. Sorry you weren't here on Wednesday. We missed you. Yes. You were at your cousin's house without your laptop or anything that you could really write with. All you had was your phone and Ron Chernow's Hamilton biography. Ooh. Fun. You got a lot of reading done at least. Yeah, there you go. Love the positivity. We're trying. We are trying. That is the hope. So, yeah, we're doing good things today, right? We are writing, we are editing, we are reading, we are setting up for creativity this weekend. Whatever it is we are doing, hopefully it'll be entertaining to us at least, right? Andy says, I just started a book called Bulls, Bears, and Pigs by Chris Cathy, maybe? And I'm assuming that the bulls, bears, and pigs are some sort of metaphor for something. That's what I'm guessing. Monique says you're working on your Auntie of Honor outline and you're trying to include stuff regarding the antagonist, Tanya. Excellent. Miss Hunter is going to be reading The Dying of the Light by Derek Landy. Nice. Nice. I think Landy, was that the... Yes, that's the Skullduggery author. Okay, yes. I was like, wait a second. I know we've talked about him recently. Yes. That's what it was. Okay, sorry. My brain was like, I'm making a connection here. It just took a second. And let me look up the bulls, bears, and what was the other one? Pigs. Chris Cathy or Kathy, not sure. No, I don't want to sign in. Thank you very much. Okay, so Trading Grief and Reinvention. Interesting. Okay. So I still am feeling like bulls, bears, and pigs are a metaphor for something. But yeah, I think I would have to read the book and figure out how the metaphor is done. Monique says, similar to Bridesmaids, Tanya is going to be over the top and try and prove that she's better than the protagonist, Rita, in terms of planning weddings. Gotcha. Felicity, the bride, confides in Rita about why she wants a small wedding. She wants to share a commitment with those she feels close to. She doesn't want the event to feel overwhelming. Yeah, does this make sense? Yes, absolutely. Because there's a lot of brides who recognize that extended family and having everybody that your parents know and feel like should be invited doesn't necessarily, like, you may not want them there. You may not remember this person. You may have bad memories with this person, you know, so wanting a big shindig instead of those you personally choose. It's a very, I think, common sort of feeling that a lot of brides have. So the next one is yours. Okay, great. Yes. Okay. The poll today is about sweet treats. So you might hear the audio for the short or the TikTok or whatever it is. So the sweet treat. Anyway, so what kind of sweet treat would your main character prefer? Something that's fried, meaning a donut, a fritter, a beignet, you know, something along that lines. Something frozen, so ice cream, gelato, sorbetto, that kind of thing. Something baked, so cakes, pies, cookies, pastries of the baked kind, or candied. So I was thinking like gummy worms or chocolates or like candied fruits or just like the rest of the things that feel like, so like chocolate covered dates or whatever, chocolate covered fruits, something like that. So fried, frozen, baked, or candied. What would be your main character's choice? Monique says, all of that aside, Felicity knows that members of the extended family may not want to go to a gay wedding. Yes, this is also the case. Yeah, like if you know they're not going to come, if you know they're not going to welcome the union, they should have no place in celebrating the union, in my opinion. Stacy says, mine would be ice cream, but my main characters would be baked because of cookies. Gotcha. Monique says, I think this ties in with Rita's job as a teacher, but she loves things that are easy to eat in the morning, like donuts or toaster waffles. Toaster waffles are also very good. Yes. Okay. We need to see the cats, and we need to pull a card, and then we need to set a goal and set off towards it. So we have two pretty floofy cats. We have Thursday's cat. Search within yourself to find your purpose in life, which will be impossible to do if you keep staring at me. So here is kitty number one. I mean, the floof is very, very hypnotizing. And I just kind of want to straighten the cat's whiskers a little bit, but you know, the cat probably wouldn't appreciate that. But I think the cat's whiskers are straight. They don't look it because of the stripes in the fur. There we go. There we go. See what I mean? I just want to, like, you know, stroke the cats won't appreciate that. And then you have another fluffy one. It's said that you shall be rewarded if you give of yourself. I give fur balls, and I am waiting for my reward. And so we have a cat that is oh so patiently waiting because those would be some impressive fur balls, that's for sure. That is for sure. So those are the cats for today. And then we need a card, right? Also, okay, so the third quarter moon was on Monday. So Sunday is Father's Day, but Sunday is also the new moon. So in case you were wanting to do some tarot reading, some story planning with tarot cards, etc., and you want to do it on a new moon, it's a good chance to do it. Okay, we have the Nightingale. Love is all around. So it's an assurance card. It's number 41. Here we go. Thought Father's Day was the 21st. I have it written for the 14th. Day 2026. Sunday, June 21st. Okay, so I guess you are correct, and I need to edit my calendar. Do I have it that way in my planner as well? I do. Okay. I wonder if I was looking at last year's. When is Father's Day? Just out of curiosity. Sunday, June 15th. I wonder why. Yeah. Okay, so yes. So Father's Day is not this weekend. It's the weekend after. You are correct. And I need to edit that. So we have the new moon this weekend, this Sunday. And then the 21st, we have Father's Day, the solstice, and first quarter moon. So lots of things. So there you go. You are correct. Y'all are correct. I had it wrong. So sorry. Oopsies. I don't know how I did that, but apparently I did it. So the Nightingale sounds perfect for the Auntie of Honor. I think so, but we'll have to read it. So Steve says, I've been so bad with dates that I don't trust myself. Should have seen me last night on Jenna's stream. I should go through the replay, right? Because I saw Jenna's stream and I didn't have the energy to go in and like do it. I was very much a zombie last night. So Monique says, I drew the Ace of Swords from my Buffy Tarot deck. Nice. Beginning of a new path of communication, intellect, something along those lines. Okay, so here we go with the Nightingale. Love is all around. We have music coming out of the trumpet flower thingy. Little crown on the Nightingale's head. In the darkness of night, the nightingale sings her song of love and hope, a harbinger of dawn to remind you that the sun will rise again soon. You are so loved, and the illumination song of the nightingale calls you to a new level of self-awareness and connection with the light. Yes, there is shadow and darkness, but love and prosperity exist everywhere, even in the seeming emptiness of space, darkness, and a starless night. Hearken to the message, letting the music of the nightingale's song remind you that love is all around. Feel it and trust in tomorrow's light, renewing your ability to recognize that spaces that appear empty are in fact filled with love and abundance. Illumination will happen soon. So there you go. So it is a reassurance that love is all around and to not lose hope and that the sun will rise, which is a very, very important thing to remember in chaotic and trying times. So, all right. I'm feeling kind of low energy today. I'm hoping that we can sort of like power through and just like maybe fall into a Zen moment where the energy doesn't necessarily matter a whole lot. Just like it'll flow. We're hoping to reach flow state today. So I feel like I probably ought to set my goal more like around 1200 rather than 1500. But I still would like to aim for 1500, if that makes sense. So what is your goal that you are setting? I'm just, as I'm blabbing about this, I'm also pulling up my outline and the draft document so that I can set all the windows up the way that I like them and all that good stuff. I feel like that needs to be a little shorter. Okay. And now we need to get a timer. I feel like I also need to turn my fan on above me because it's a little warm in the room. Considering it's 90 degrees outside, it makes sense. Okay. Let me turn this back into first sprint. All right. I think I have everything on my end set up. So 1, save your document or bring it up. 2 is make sure you have something to hydrate with. And I have a full glass of water. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine or roll your shoulders back for that posture check. Make sure you're not slouching too much. And 4 is make sure if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. 30 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, that was a pretty good sprint. I got 605 words. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. I still have not turned my fan on though. There we go. That way it'll be on the low setting and not helicopter. How we doing? Did we manage to get a little bit done at least? I fixed my oops with Father's Day on my paper calendar. Added a couple of things for later this month, but that was about it in my calendar. I decided not to do the weekly daily thing today. It would take too much time away from me trying to get into like full Zen mode with the writing. So we are attempting to stay focused today. Attempting. We don't know how well we will do with maintaining, but the first sprint was pretty good. Heather says, hello, welcome. Monique had a little bit of a late start to that first sprint. You helped your mom to the car. She's headed to physical therapy again, and it's a regular thing now. Excellent. Good. I had my second physical therapy appointment, which turned into more of like a re-evaluation. So we tried a different treatment because of whatever analysis that they got from me doing the exercises and which ones I said ow to. So we're sort of shifting, and so they're gonna see how I do with like the at-home stretches and stuff over the weekend, and then Tuesday sort of like reconvene, and I don't know what we'll do on Tuesday. But I'm hoping that both your mom and I, physical therapy will help. And yeah, I did get I went and so one of the exercises is putting a pillow or a ball or towel rolled up in between your knees and sort of squeezing. So it's like the resistance there. And I was like, okay, well, that feels weird, and I feel like I can't get the same like resistance every time. Anyway, I went to the store and I bought one of those like old style playground kickball, the ones with like little hatch marks all over it. So got one of those. Seems to work nice. And now I have like a consistent thing that I will use for it. So, yay. You think the Nightingale card is going to be applying to the New Year's Eve party scene that you're outlining? Ooh. Charlie says, hello, how's everybody been? I have existed, which is good. I have tried to write, which is good. So yeah, that's about how we're doing. Stacy says, I got distracted and did not write a word. Figures. You had a very productive day yesterday. Some days are like that. And Fridays, I feel like, are especially hit or miss because it's Friday. So Monique says, almost 200 words. Yay! Excellent. And this is in your outline, correct? Or exploring the antagonist. I almost said Antigone. Ooh, Miss Hunter read 20 pages. You got 260 of 597. Nice. Heather is doing client-related work at the moment. Nice. Excellent. Good. All right. So we need to do our second sprint. Where is this? Come on. Here we go. Okay. That did not pop up the way that it was supposed to. See if we can open it again. Nope. I have no idea. Well, I guess I can't pull up the thumbnail for you. I was going to show the thumbnail again, but apparently my computer doesn't want to open it. So, again, the poll is, what kind of sweet treat would your main character prefer? Something fried, like donuts, fritters, beignets. Something frozen, like ice cream, gelato, sorbetto. Baked, cakes, pies, cookies. Or candied. So something chocolate, something gummy, something candied. That is the question for the poll. Oh goodness, I'm so sorry. I do not mean to spread the infectious yawn. It just occasionally happens. I'm sorry. So hopefully I didn't make all of you yawn. And we should be good. Okay. So second sprint, as always, is the self-promo sprint. So if you have something you would like to promote that is writing related, please do so in the chat during this next sprint. And all right, now for our regularly scheduled warnings. Warnings, reminders, tips, whatever you want to call them. 1 is save. Save your work. 2 is take a sip. Cheers. 3 is straighten your spine. Roll your shoulders back for that posture check. Make sure you're not slouching too much. And 4 is, if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. 30 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. I got 462 that time because I had to take a few minutes to stand up and walk around. But hey, progress. And yeah, progress. I've got a situation where I have an unreasonable older lady who's making an unreasonable complaint, and then I have the main character who has to be a different kind of unreasonable to like counter. And so it's like, I mean, I've got plenty of experience dealing with like unreasonable older ladies in life. They always seem to abound. You know, somehow the universe puts plenty of them in just about everybody's path. Especially if you work retail or, you know, any of that kind of stuff. So I've got, you know, plenty of experience sort of like having that image in my brain. But having a counterattack for that works well is a little harder to find. At least in my brain. So anyway, so that's what I was working on. Stacy saw the pansies in the video. They are very cute, yes. CB is here, says happy time zones, y'all. I found out the other day that you're going to go see Bon Jovi on the 28th of August, and Bon Jovi is one of your favorites, so I'm sure that's super exciting, and I hope you have a wonderful time. So, you're also going to see Starlight Express again next summer. Nice. Fantastic. Andy was headed off for a bit. Says thanks for the stream to us, for all of us. Monique says, I have a new all-in-one place for my links. Do you have the like link in bio link page? We'll need to test it out and see what it looks like. Open in a new tab. Yes. Okay. So share screen, share screen. Here's what it looks like. So that you can find Blue Sky, Instagram, My Ex is a Vampire on Itch, My Ex is a Vampire on Amazon, and your author newsletter sign up. Nice. Excellent. Fantastic. And once you've got Auntie of Honor published and ready to go, then you can say books on Itch and books, or shop books on Itch and shop books on Amazon, or, you know, what have you. So it'll be good. Gonna go make lunch now. Excellent. Heather says, do you want help with deciding what service you need for your story? Heather now offers manuscript critiques and evaluations. DM Heather for details. And so there's Heather Dewey Patet Edits here and on Instagram and elsewhere. So Charlie got 542. Nice. It's a good chunk. It's a really good chunk. Heather says, I've made progress with re-outlining some processes as well. Thanks for hosting. Or off to the meeting. Excellent. Have fun in the meeting, hopefully. Sandra got another 20 pages. You're now 280 of 597. Nice. Nice progress. Funky is here and says TGIF. Yes. Friyay. Hopefully you have some. How do you celebrate the end of the week with coffee? Do you make it an extra special? Do you put extra whipped cream or sprinkles or some extra flavoring syrup in there? How do you Friday up your coffee? Do you Friday up your coffee? I don't know if it's a thing. It feels like it should be, though. Sometimes when I was working at the school in a different county, there was a Dunkin' Donuts just around the corner from the school. And so that was like occasional Friday treat, because normally I would make the coffee at home. But the like Dunkin' Donuts coffee was my sometimes Friday treat. So Funky says nothing extra special, but today is s'mores / French vanilla Chobani combo. Ooh, sounds like it's an extra special one anyway, because I don't think I've ever bought a whole s'mores creamer. Maybe I should. But yeah, sounds yummy. And apparently I need some. So, all right, let's do a third sprint. We've done the duckies. We've done the flowers. Let's do, again, I need to like make some new summer ones, but it's probably not going to happen today. So. All right. Third sprint. Here we go. 1, save your document. 2, take a sip. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back for that posture check, and make sure that if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. 30 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. I think we did okay that time. We got 581. I feel like we're slightly out of focus. Let's see if we can fix. Can we fix? Yes, we can fix. I did have to change a light bulb the other night because one of them was dying. It just got dimmer and dimmer and dimmer all day long. I was like, okay, fine, we'll change it. Funky got some more work writing done. Fantastic. Good. Closer to that end of the day, end of Friday. I need to. One of the dragon's ears fell into a little hidden spot, so we needed to save it. I've not actually worked on the dragon anymore. It's just sitting over there waiting to be done. So maybe this weekend, that's one of the things I should do, is crochet a little bit more on the dragon. Maybe give it a body, or at least do the legs or something. So, Miss Hunter got another 20 pages, 300 out of 597. Nice. Refilling the well. Yes. Yeah. That's the goal. Just working semi-darkness. I mean, yeah. I mean, if I was just a smidge bit lazier, that would have been my option. But I also, like, I have enough vision problems. I probably shouldn't be risking any more of my eyesight to strain my eyes in a just slightly darkened room. Like, I don't really need that. Funky agrees with Stacy. Refilling the well is very important. Yes. Charlie got something like 650. You can't math right now, but I can rarely math, but I have the little target counter. So that's what I do. A hood on, candle burning. Yeah. Yeah. It's been so warm that the idea of lighting a candle just does not appeal. Like any additional heat in the room just does not sound like it's something I want to do in the summertime. Even though we're technically not in summertime until the 21st. So, yeah, yeah, exactly. So, we're burning in the south. Yes, I mean it's made it up to 91, and I stepped outside because I went to check on Amazon delivery, and it was like, we delivered, and there's a picture of like the packages out on the front stoop, and I was like, okay. It's so muggy outside. It's so very, very muggy. That's the one thing in the South. It's just occasionally during August we get days where it feels dry, but for the most part, the majority of the summer is just so much mug. It's just, and it's not even the kind of mug that you can put coffee in. It's just not the fun mug. So, and this segue back to the poll for today. In the summer times, sometimes my sweet treats tend to head over to the frozen aisle of things because of that. But yeah, so we do have the poll results. So 45% of our main characters prefer baked sweet treats. So things like cakes, pies, cookies. 33% prefer fried things. So donuts, fritters, beignets. And 11% are tied for the frozen and the candied categories. So Stacy says, I'm happy because I got 2 packages early. Ooh, one was supposed to arrive tomorrow and the other on Tuesday. So nice. Excellent. That's fantastic. So muggy. Yes. Yeah. All right, y'all. Let's save our documents. Goodness gracious. And take a sip. All right. And that was our third sprint. So I wish you a very wonderful weekend and refill your creative well, get all your writing done, enjoy whatever kind of weather you're having. Hopefully it's a nice weather. And I will see y'all on Monday. All right, y'all. Thank you very much. Bye.